In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Hello, viewers around the world. Welcome. It's beautiful Friday here, even though it looks cloudy in Milan, Italy. But that's the weather. My name is Godwin Iweajunwa, and we're here on our Friday SSM news update. I'm here with my coordinators and partners from different parts of the world. In Lagos, Nigeria, is the great man Ogbeni Olankaraji. Boom boom.
Good morning, viewers around the world. Good morning, welcome to our Friday program.
Yes,
on SSM. Yes.
Raji, it's good to see you. You're smiling now because finally you got a pope. We'll come to that. Let's bring in our diva from Lagos, Nigeria. Also, BD Nana. BD, good morning to you. Is it morning there?
Morning. Yeah, it's morning. Good morning, viewers all around the world. Thanks for joining us again today on our show. Massive Max and Raji, nice to see you guys again. You guys are looking good.
Pleasure.
Yes, Raji is looking good too. Raji is looking excited because Raji now has a pope. Guys, let's talk about the pope. There's a pope. Behold, the white cloud, the white smoke came out. The white smoke came out yesterday. The whole world went ablaze with jubilation. Everybody was screaming. The Pope has been, a new Pope has emerged. Now we have the Pope Leo XIV. Raji, let me not go for that. Raji, tell us, you have a Pope.
No, you mentioned that Milan. You mentioned that Milan was cloudy. It's cloudy here again also. Maybe because there was so much white smoke from the Sistine chimney that the whole world is now cloudy. But congratulations to my Catholic friends. We have a Pope. The wait wasn't too long. We had a Pope within 2 days.
Yes. Okay. Before we move on, let's see some small thing from that clip from yesterday. Let's see. Yes, that's the Pope. That's Pope Leo XIV, the 10th American pontiff in the Catholic Church history. Pope Leo is originally Robert Francis Pivot, and a Catholic prelate from, he's actually from Peru. He's a Peruvian man, but he's been in the Vatican some time now, serving in the Vatican. So that's Pope Leo XIV. 69 years old man, who's been dedicated in the service. What we see here is his first speech, moving speech. He declared that evil will not prevail. That was part of what he said in the speech. Evil will not prevail. So you're seeing the Vatican Basilica here in Italy. And yes, big event. televised around the world. The Catholic Church has, from what we gathered, has about 1.37 billion people, followers around the world. So I think that's one of the biggest. That's the biggest religious organization in the world. And there you see the Vatican. So Pope Leo, like I said, is was born in America, but originally from Peru. So his speech was more in Italian because you have to relate with people at the Vatican with the Italian language. But halfway through speech, he also spoke in Spanish, Peruvian language. And yeah, so
La pace sia con tutti voi. Fratelli, sorelle carissimi, questo è il primo saluto del Cristo risorto.
okay, gentlemen, sorry, we just had to do that. BD, Raji, I know you saw all of this. It's just to, yes, for the record, on SSM network, we're playing back that clip. So tell us, BD, what's your impression?
We watched it yesterday. I have two things to talk about what you asked me. First thing is about the smoke and how it concerns me. You know, this is, it started on 7th. The voting started on 7th. They did it once that they didn't get, for the night did. That election was actually done 3 times. The 4th one, the Pope now emerged. Now, my concern is the smoke. You know, the first time the black smoke came, and that signified that they've not chosen a smoke. Now, why it is a thing for me is because I'm a black woman. Now, my question is that why using the color black? There are a lot of colors they would have used to signify they did not find, signify it's a bad thing that they did not find the Pope. Why using black? So it's a thing for me. So maybe probably we'll talk about that later. So let's focus on the Pope. Yeah, I am happy he's been emerged. But my concern is this. American having a political power and spiritual power in the world today. What it means to the world, that's just what the first thing that came to my mind. I know before this man emerged, you saw what Trump did when Trump posted his AI picture on a Pope dress and how people reacted over it. So you begin to think, you know, growing up, I'm a Catholic. Growing up, we are taught that this election is a spiritual thing. But from what I saw, because over the years, I've not really paid attention. Maybe probably I might say I was still small. But this one, I paid close attention. So it has nothing to do with spirituality, because we were taught that selecting a pope is a spiritual process. But I think it has nothing to do with spiritual process. This pope is good. But another thing, everything I'm having about him is concern. You know, they say he's a centrist. He's not a liberal. He's not. He stands in between. In between. Now, standing in between, is it good as a leader? I don't know. I'm just asking a question. And he's one man who don't believe in electing women as deaconess in Catholic Church. So I have a lot of questions I'm asking. But well, we should. I'm not the kind of person that I'm not a judgmental person. But these are my questions. These are my
observations. Okay.
You understand? So let's watch and see what comes out of
What
it. But
happened?
looking at him, he's a nice person. Looking at his signs, because I, as a person who believes so much in a zodiac sign, he's a Virgo,
Mhm.
so he's a detailed person, and somehow he's a spiritual person. So I think he will do well.
You will do well. Okay, Raji. There you go.
Yeah.
Also, these are photos of Pope Leo the 14th on your screen. Those of you watching, our viewers. Raji, go ahead. You were making some
Yes.
comments earlier on. Tell us.
Actually, it's just a joke that you have the American president, and I've seen him at the Vatican when he went to pay his condolences, and the way he was sitting down with Zelensky. I won't be surprised if he had told the cardinal that, look, you have a choice. I'm going to give you an offer you can't refuse. Let's have an American Pope. It's time for American Pope. And maybe they follow these instructions. Maybe not. Maybe spiritually, maybe the spirit came in and fulfilled Trump's intentions.
Wish.
Mm. Maybe not. Anyway, gentlemen, viewers also. It's interesting. Yes, he was born September 14th, BD, like you said, and in America, Chicago. Yesterday also in Chicago, we had celebration. The state of Chicago, the governor, everybody was jubilating. They have a pope coming from their city, and a lot of jubilation around the world. The Peruvians, the Peru people were also jubilating. Peru president, we saw him, we saw her making some comments. And you see, that's how you know the world. You know, when something good comes on somebody, everybody tends to claim that person. Everybody says, it's my person, our person. Anyway, let me ask this, gentlemen. BD's made some comments earlier on, but I don't think it will be so from henceforth, because as a pope, he has to be neutral, genderless. I mean, no preference to any gender. He has to relate with everybody as God will. That's how they say it. So, but what do you people think could be his first assignment? What could be his first assignment, Raji? Is it the war Ukraine, trying to stop that war in Ukraine, or the other wars we see different parts of the world also, or immigration talk that America is highlighting? What could be his first global assignment?
I think historically, having stayed in Peru for so long, and even having taken Peru citizenship, it shows that he has an affiliation with the downtrodden. Therefore, I'm sure he will do something more for the poor, or the so-called poor, than concentrating on the rich who have no feelings for the poor. I think he will also be interested in world peace, just like the last Pope Francis was. I wish him the very best of luck in his new assignment as a Pope. It's a very huge position to be.
Yes.
At this time in the world. Yes.
BD, you were making comments on the color thing. He's not a black man and all that. But BD, I want to say this. It was a discussion I had with somebody earlier on here. I said, why can't the Africans, why can't black people also? You see, this whole Vatican Pope thing, to be honest with you, it's a European concept. It's a white man's way of religion. You know, why can't we also emulate this structure, this way they've done, and put up something for ourselves? Now, the Pentecostal church is growing very strong in Africa, and it could not be structured in such a way that, yes, we could also have like a base, a headquarter for the Pentecostal church, a headman, a pope, or whatever we call him, and we too could begin to make our own build our own things, structure, network, you know? Why do we have to come every time, join these white people, and so at the point we say, they are doing racism, they don't like us. They built this for themselves. This is their idea. This is their thing. PD. Go ahead, PD.
You just said you are right, but one thing you should understand is that we live in this illusion that they brought Christianity to us. But I read a book that says that Christianity actually started from Africa. I don't know, but we believe that they brought it to us. And you know, there's this saying about Africa: Africa cannot do anything for themselves. What you said is true. So that's why we keep following them. Now, if you remember, when I saw that black, you know, there's this rumor that the bishop from Ghana and Togo, two of them, the black bishop, have among the 5 that could be chosen as this new pope. So when I saw that on the 7th, when I saw that smoke and it came as black, I was with some people. I said, how can you people be imagining that they are going to elect a black person as a pope when already they have told you people that black is danger, black is not a good thing? So a white person cannot elect a black person to be a pope in this world, except in another world. But as long as I know and what I've seen, it's not possible. They are not going to elect a black person to be a pope in this world. It's simple. You saw it there. The first time black shows the bad thing. Second time black shows the bad. Third time black shows the bad. And you still expect them to come and appoint you a black person to come and become the pope. It's not doable. It's not so. Let's stop living in such illusions. So it's not going to work. So what you said is true. Now remember, the first time I watched Pope was, I think it was electing the Pope Francis, the one that handed over the one that gave up his pope for the last. I was in secondary school then. Then they said Bishop Tansy, I remember his name then, from Onitsha, and an Igbo man he has a very chance. He's the highest to the Pope then. Then they could choose him as a Pope, the whole world, everything. But at the end, he wasn't chosen. And that was, as a small child, I said, that was where I said, because they gave all the qualities, all the things, he's just the next person to be chosen. And they didn't choose him. And this time around, they didn't choose a black person. So blacks should stop living in that illusion. They can never be the Pope in this world. Like you said, if we Africans are coordinated, we can go and create our own thing. This is theirs, and they will do it the way they want. So we should stop expecting them to include us. We cannot be inclusive in whatever they do. We can only be a spectator like we are doing. So that's just what it is.
Yes, thank you very BD. Raji, do you agree with our views on this? Because also take note that when there is this obvious ostracizing of somebody, obvious neglect of a particular person, they are also trying to tell you, why not go figure out your own thing? Why not go do your own thing? You know, that's how we see it. Raji, don't you think so?
I don't see that way at all. In fact, if you look at the numbers, the balance of numbers is entirely and completely against the black population. What's the black population of Catholics? Now, in the conclave, for instance, there may be 2 or 3 black candidates. It is not a political. It is not a popularity contest. It is a spiritual thing. Whether the spirit is good or bad, black or white. And then I don't think that black is bad or negative. In fact, black is superior to any other color because black contains all the colors. So it is a psychological thing for you to denigrate yourself or to demean yourself, your color, by attaching it to badness. So I believe that black is superior to anything, and in fact, it is scientifically proven that the black skin is a much superior coloration than the white one, and that we are able to. We have a lot of if you take the skin as a memory base, we have quantum amount of memory, and therefore, in every situation, the black man is much more intelligent, much smarter, much scientifically knowledgeable than the white.
We agree with you, but Raji, what we're saying in this point is, why can't
Let me
the
answer
same black
Raji.
people that are intelligent and all of what you've said, why can't they create their own thing? Why do we?
Because the headquarters because the headquarters is in Rome. Unless you want to move the headquarters into
That's what we're saying, and it is their arrangement. They formed this. The Roman Catholic, the Italians, the Europeans formed this. So why
they brought the religion? They brought the religion to you. You accepted it. Recently, there was a case with the Anglican Church when the Anglican Church wanted to start bringing in female priests or all these gay priests. It was actually the African Assembly that went against it, and therefore dissociated itself from having gay priests and maintain the purity of the faith. So maybe that's something else, because there may come a theological difference when you start. The Bible says that it is a sin for a man to sleep with a man, or for a woman to sleep with a woman, for which Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. So if any church now starts to make that to overlook that, some sections of the church can break away, which was what happened with the Anglican Church when Henry VIII wanted to divorce his third wife, and the Catholic Church and the Pope refused to give him absolution. And therefore, the Anglican Church started.
Yes, the Anglican Church started. Yes, BD was going to say something, because I don't want us to go from the idea that topic line. Yeah, go ahead, BD. Go ahead.
See, Saraji, what you said about the black is actually truth. Black is good, black is beautiful, black is intelligent. That is true for us. But now, see, it's just happened now. I'm just talking about other things. If you want us to bring it out, I can bring in about 5 or 10 things. It happened just yesterday and 2 days ago. And I've read a lot about it. They say, what does the black smoke signify? It signifies disappointment. It signifies bad omen. It signifies that we are unable to select a pope. And when white smoke comes up, they all rejoice and jubilate, showing that a pope has been chosen. Do you understand? So this is what you feel and know about yourself. The global world, do they know you and see you like that? Did they see black as beautiful, as intelligent, as smart? Though I know they might, because they keep using us, they keep exploiting us. But do they present us like that? It is no, they don't. So that's why Mike is saying, if they keep seeing us like this, is it not better we come in and try to do our own thing?
Good.
That's why he asked that question.
And there lies the problem.
Sorry, sir. I don't think that the black should seek validation from the white. No, I don't think so. We don't have to seek validation from them.
But we do seek validation from them. We do seek validation from them.
I don't put myself as is inferior to anybody, because of the color of my skin. My relationship with you depends on the content of my character and my intelligence. Yes.
All right, gentlemen, beautiful discussion there. But it still goes back to the fact that we need to rethink the black continent, the black color needs to rethink some of these structures, some of these laid down structures.
Why don't we go traditional? Why do we mean accept to be Christians?
Okay, then why not
Muslims?
We go traditional and build our own focal point on that? Build the structure. Build that structure.
And the structures are there. The structures are there because we are not organized. See,
that's it.
Our faith. No, hold on. Our faith, our beliefs is not an organized thing.
Okay.
It's not organized.
Okay.
Religion is an organization for the control of the mind of the people.
Yes.
You
All
can
right,
never see a Shango priest or Shango
Mhm.
priest contending with an Ogun priest in Yoruba land. No, we live harmoniously.
Okay. So let that living harmoniously be also in
Raji,
building up
let me give you one or
structures
two
together.
reasons I said we seek for. One or two reasons I said that we seek for their validation. See, we don't. You just said it here now. We don't even believe in what we have.
Okay.
The things we have, we don't believe. We won't believe that they are good, but we are always looking out for them to use their things. This Shango thing you're talking about, this we feel they have power, but we don't rely on them. We rely on white man. So we
Which
seek their
part?
validation.
Okay.
I
We,
don't
we,
seek
we,
the
we
validation
we
of the
need
white
to
man.
we need to bring up this on a different topic, maybe titled "What Happened to the African Race? Why is the black man where he is?" And that the Raji will come in, BD will bring your views.
Yeah?
That would be a good thing to go discuss on. Let's move on now. It's been 4 days of commemoration of the 80th anniversary of Victory Day in Europe. You all know what that Victory Day stands for. We've been seeing different events going on, even in Italy, in Germany, in France, even in Russia. Russia is also celebrating the Victory Day because Russia also had to fight Adolf Hitler and his Nazi people. So Russia is also doing the celebration alongside the other European countries. Yesterday, we saw the Chinese president visit Vladimir Putin, and he joined in the celebration in Russia. Also, France, Macron is laying some roads at the French headquarters, Charles de Gaulle, in Paris, and some troops are marching right now that we're talking today, Friday, the 9th of March. So, gentlemen, I know Raji called it their war, but it's a beautiful thing to have that victory over Hitler. But how can we have victory over Putin?
Why are you putting Putin as a gangster, a vagabond?
I didn't say all this.
You know, so because you ask yourself, why is there no celebration in Africa? Because it didn't concern us. They put themselves into a war, and they can. In fact, it was essentially a European war. And the American companies were making money on both sides. Until now, they now took a side. They took a side to be with their European counterparts.
Yes. Yes.
Why is there no celebration in China?
No, China wasn't involved in that war.
So
it was countries that were close to Germany that had more of the impact.
In fact, if there's anything, there'll be curses in India, because they brought their war into India, and more than almost 5 million Indians perished, died of starvation, because most of the food that they could have eaten was being transported to Europe to feed the troops.
It was a very, very terrible time. World War II wasn't pleasant at all. Italy had so much aftermath, damages, and everything after the war. Many countries suffered. Poland, Austria, and even all the breakaway from Russia today all went through hard time. Anyway, today ends the celebration, commemoration of that day when they took over. Hitler was said to have committed suicide with his family, and the Nazi Berlin fell. Berlin fell to NATO.
Hitler did not commit suicide.
Okay, but
Hitler lived to be in good old age. Hitler, there was passage. There was passage for the hierarchy of the Germans to move to Argentina.
So the cyanide drinking and all that is fallacy. It's not true.
It's just drama.
Rajiv, you tell us that some other time. Okay, let's move on. Gentlemen, it's also a small story with Bill Gates and Elon Musk. Elon Musk is presently the richest man on earth, and Bill Gates used to be that person before. But he called out Elon Musk. Bill Gates called out Elon Musk and said, Elon is killing the world's poorest children. I don't know, BD, do you have a story on that? Is there anything you have on that? He says Elon is killing the world poorest children through this Doge, the Agency for International Development budget that Doge used to provide. You know, that the Doge, the government efficiency thing that Elon's is handling, is cutting off all those aids that goes to those agencies. So, and so one of such aid is for children in poor countries, and it's being cut off now. So, what do you guys say, BD? What's your take on that?
Yeah, it's a Elon Musk case and Bill Gates. I think from what I see two kind of people with the same kind of ambition or purpose. Do you understand? I feel because what Bill Gates is accusing Elon Musk, if you look at it closely, it's part of what Bill Gates is even doing. But I think Bill Gates sees Elon Musk as a threat. I think he sees Elon Musk as a threat. That's what I'm saying. He sees Elon Musk as a threat for such comments he's making. But presently, Elon Musk already have even accused Bill Gates of killing too. You remember, he actually accused him too of killing poor children around the world. So that's why I said I see these two men as people who have the same interest. So and me personally, I feel Bill Gates is seeing Elon Musk as a threat towards achieving his goal globally.
Yes, obviously there will be that bickering and animosity between the two of them, because this man now has taken his position. And what he said, again, added to the fact that he's accusing Elon, he also says he's going to donate $200 billion to the aid to help Africa, and that will clean up his own money. He will be left with nothing by 2045. You know, Bill Gates saying this. Raji, yes.
You see, that's why I told you he's a threat. Elon Musk is a threat to him. Elon Musk is not doing anything, but Elon Musk is somebody who is interfering. You know, over the years, Bill Gates has been it all. Is what he wants. He does it the way he wants. But one man is stepping into the ring now, obstructing what he's doing, changing the narrative the way he's doing it. So he's being threatened by Elon Musk. That's just what I see here.
Okay. Yes, Raji, how do you assess this?
We could see that during the COVID era, Elon Musk wasn't so interested in it, but Bill Gates was in the center of it. In fact, he was the chief medical director of the whole world. Meanwhile, he had no idea of medicine of anything.
And he was even predicting that Africa might go down. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Not mine.
Yes. All his predictions, especially his predictions for Africa, failed because he's instrumental in the development of whatever intention that they wanted to bring upon Africa. Unfortunately, the gods of Africa, the Orishas of Africa, stood by us, and all the ill wind they blew our way, Shango blew it back to them.
Can you imagine?
And Amadi was active too.
It was really very that was a very peculiar situation. With all the index they gave about COVID, self-isolation, don't stay in crowded places, it's just an African, that would have been Africans' downfall. But imagine nothing happened. And these people that all obeyed all of those regulations were the ones that were affected. Can you imagine that?
If there's some germs flowing around, the best thing to do for you is to expand the space. So the worst thing for you would be to crowd in the space. So whatever direction you were giving was actually anti whatever it was supposed they wanted to do. Unfortunately, they were bickering among themselves, and the Africa was safe. Because the African loves light, loves to be in the sun, and they all knew that being in the sun was very, very instrumental to stopping the. So why were they forcing people indoors when they knew that coming out was the best thing? You know. But we thank God for the melanin.
Go ahead.
Billy.
Another question I'm asking Bill Gates. Bill Gates is accusing Elon Musk for cutting the aid that is coming to third world country. And most of the things he's accusing him is American aid to the third world country. Now he's accusing Elon Musk. Who is Elon Musk in White House? Why is that accusation going direct to Elon Musk? That's why I told you that he's just being threatened by Elon Musk's interest in a global space. That's just it.
That's just it. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's do a small break. We'll be back. BD, Raji, hold tight. See you on the other end.
Hi there, I'm Mary Keurig, and I am a businesswoman in the United States, but I'm also the Global Content Vice President for the Sub-Saharan Open University in Nigeria. I could not be prouder to work with Dr. Osita Anamika and his team on helping to create not just entrepreneurs and skill-based talent that will get out into the workforce and make a living for themselves, but also young leaders. And to that end, with this integrity-rich university environment that's accredited now, and it's just an amazing opportunity for anyone there of any age to jump on board and learn, we want to let you know about a new offering that we have. We have a global governance and diplomacy course now provided by a whole team of people that crosses several countries to put together these resources and lots of great information for those of you who might be on the path toward public service and diplomatic service, NGO leadership, that sort of thing. We hope that you will walk through this open door and enjoy.
A year ago, I wrote a book titled The Final Solution, and I was trying to say to the rest of the world that there are challenges ahead. Now, a prophecy did come, and that prophecy is coming to pass. But I'm telling you, the final solution has been found many years ago in the Bible, because the Bible simply says righteousness exalts a nation and sin is a reproach to the people. So I want you to know that you can get solutions to problems in Ukraine, in Russia, in Nigeria, indeed all parts of the world. We need that solution, and the solution is straightforward. Please get a copy of my book. It's the Final Solution by Bishop Schengen Johnson, and you can find it in Kindle, in Amazon. Just type Bishop Schengen Johnson, The Final Solution. It's very, very small book you can read within 2 hours, but it contains the final solution. Do get a copy. Not getting it is doing disservice to humanity. Don't forget The Final Solution.
All right, viewers, you're welcome back. Friday news update, SSM, and I'm here with Bidi Nana, the beautiful lady that gives us good updates, and Raji Ogbeni Olarinka Raji. Raji, Bidi, there's some development going on that we need to look at, and one of it is during the week, United Kingdom is saying they are now bringing out new measures to curtail Nigerians and Pakistans and Sri Lankans from obtaining visa to their country. That wasn't too good a news. They're trying to block a lot of those people now. But what they said is most of these nationalities come into their country and don't go back. They overstay. They also seek for asylum and lie about their asylum and all that. So this is what we're seeing. It's more of an information we need to know. Raji, do you have anything on that? BD, do you want to say anything?
No, it's not their fault. It's our fault for seeking to go abroad to their country.
Okay.
How many? If you see the amount of millions of pounds that they make just from visa fees, most of which they refuse. It's not their fault to be able to be calling out all manner of conditions for us.
Try.
Let us sit down in our country and develop our country.
Okay. Didi, it is Nigeria, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, and they say they overstay. They lie about their asylum claims. They use fake visas. Blah blah blah.
If you see these two countries they pointed out, they are still under what they call third world countries, Sri Lanka and Nigeria. And their focus is in their immigration. They say they want to strengthen their immigration. And like Saraji said, I don't blame them. Do you understand? The way we Nigerians troop into there. And another thing you should see, some people will say, oh, you remember last year our sister came in, you remember all the things she was saying? And some
yeah, we'll
say,
come to our story.
She's not
yes,
even,
we're coming to our story.
She's not even among the ruling party. But all those things she said, they are watching, they are taking records. So some of those things has formed one of some of the things that's formed their decision here today. So I don't blame them. Everybody wants to preserve, secure, and make their country better. So if they allow their immigration so porous and that people come in like that, do you understand? They don't check it, they don't monitor it. Their people, their citizens might be affected. So I don't blame them. So if we Nigerians are not happy, what do? We come home and put things in order so that our country can get better. We don't need to be running around the way we run around. Go to the British embassy here in Nigeria. They are indicated. But anytime you go there, we're like, what is happening there? The first time, I used to think they are on the island, but the first time I saw them at Keda here, I was like, I thought people came for interview. Nigerians, maybe they are. When I asked, the crowd there was too much. And I was having a program in Ikeja that period, a 1 week program. Each day I passed there, I drive past there, the kind of crowd I used to see there. So you will not blame them. We should blame ourselves, because if our country is in order, I don't think Nigerians will be running away the way they are running. So when you look at all these things, you don't blame this. And now somebody will say, oh, but they are part of the problem. They are part of the reason we are where we are today. No, I cannot blame them. They are part of the reason why we are where we are, because we accepted it from them. Because we don't accept it, we stand up and make a decision. So
okay, good one. Thank you very much. Raja BD, yes, BD, you pointed on the lady called Kemi Badenoch. Yes, let's talk about her. The Tory party, she's a Tory member of MP, and the Tory party plans to oust her by, I think by next week. There's a plan to do that. So members of the Parliament of the United Kingdom are trying to hold their meeting to discuss how to remove Kemi Badenoch. You said some things. Yes, for us, what we saw was an over exaggerated activity in her office. She did some things that were very much overblown, out of proportion, and yes, it's affecting them now because the other party, the Reform UK party, Nigel Farage, they are now looking like they might even come on top in that whole English leadership team. Raji, what do you know about this girl, and what will you say? They are planning to ask to remove her and probably bring somebody that will represent them better.
Yeah, she deserves to be booted out. But I would say this for her, that there's nothing that is completely bad. She said a few things that I really agree with. I agree with her, especially about my relationship with the people of the North. I don't have anything in common with the Fulani man. And it is a headache for me to be in the same country with them, with their thinking and with their perspectives. So I agree with her on that. But whatever he did in the English system has shown that her method were not acceptable, because the Conservative Party lost wickedly in the last elections. He lost.
Yes.
I understand she even lost her seat.
Mm.
She even lost her seat.
They lost 15 council officers and 674 seats.
Well, yes.
Yes, 674 seats in the House.
That's a massive routing.
That puts the party at risk. No voice for them, no decision. Right, BD.
A Kemi problem. Kemi, they are already start asking her to resign. Kemi problem was she left what she's supposed to do and was doing what is not necessary. Kemi was elected the leader of a conservative party. Instead of her to concentrate on her region, but she was attacking Nigerians, Africa. Like Saraji said, most of the things she said, they were truth. But the manner at which she was saying them was what got her wrong. Do you understand? She was like, they elected her to come and paint Africa black, paint Nigerians black. Do you understand? So now the party have lost under her, and they are asking her to resign, and they meant it. They said she should resign because under you, they said you did not do anything for this party. You did not bring any good for this, so you should resign. And recently, she has not said anything. I've been expecting her to say something in Kemi's nature. Do you understand? But I'm surprised she's just moods in this scenario. So let's watch and see what comes out of it. But actually, they've asked her to resign.
That's it. Yes, you said that well. They've asked her to resign. But yes, Reggie, there was something she said about Nigeria that even though ignited some sentiments, but they were true. You know, I know at the point she was. Yes, at the point she was also stepping on the Vice President Shetima's toes with some of her utterances, and the man was angry. But anyway, in the House where she's supposed to walk, like BD saying, they are suffering a heavy defeat. She's losing out in a lot of things. Council members have gone, 15 of them, and 674 seats is being lost also. So this means heavy loss for her party, and she has to go. So let's stay on the alert and see what happens the following week as they go on their election to pick a new leader. Gentlemen, before we begin to wrap up, let's talk of a little of the local news. Apabio, that's our Senate president, has said Peter Obi should be cautioned against inciting crisis. He said Peter Obi should in fact look more into their LP leadership crisis that is going on now, instead of making comments that could cause confusion in the country. Raji, let me start with you. Is Peter Obi inciting confusion? Is he in any way?
The APC did far worse than Peter Obi is doing now. They did wicked things to the polity of Nigeria, to Jonathan. You didn't mention Patutomi and his shadow party, shadow government. During Jonathan's time, the APC threatened to form a shadow government, and even threatened for the IMF and World Bank not to give any loans to Nigeria because the next government may not accede to the terms of the loan. That if they did it, they will be doing it on their own. They frightened. They put Jonathan in such a corner that he couldn't even get any loans if he needed any loans. Even in his fight against the insurgents, the bandits, and the kidnappers, he could have nipped everything in the bud. But because of the attitude of the APC at that time, they were fighting him every step of the way. So what Obi is doing is nothing compared to what they did to Jonathan.
Okay. BD, is that true? Yes. What we know, what we see from out here, diaspora, is that Obi is speaking things that are really of importance to the country. So how can it be that he's inciting confusion and creating?
I want to start this question you asked me from the beginning so that we'll get where we're going to. Okay. There was a program. Obi was there. Jonathan was there. And during the Jonathan speak, Jonathan called on Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC government, telling them that pushing Nigeria towards a one-party system through manipulation is dangerous, that they should not do that. That if Nigeria want to go into one-party system, that it has to be discussed. That in most countries that went towards one-party system, they discuss it, and they don't bring religion, they don't bring different, they discuss it, and they achieve it towards working against religion. But that's the way they are going about it, manipulating it, that it's going to destroy Nigeria. Same in that event, Peter Obi took to stage to speak, and Peter Obi said that the level of our leaders' parts is in vain. So he pointed out how a lot of Nigerians who protested under Jonathan government. He said, Jonathan, you're here under Jonathan government, and the price of fuel was brought from 87 naira to 120. When we don't even have more Nigerians under poverty level. But now that we have over 70 Nigerians living below poverty line, and yet what we are pushing is to push Nigeria into one-party system. Do you understand? Now, about your come, the thing is this. We are just speaking language. The thing is that APC have already mapped out their plan to make Nigeria a one-party country. Except we decide to stand up today. If you look at what is happening in Nigeria. And you know what, like Sarah said, that they did worse. Yes, I remember even when Jonathan wanted to buy arms, it was APC government that worked against him in South Africa. When they seized the money, when they posted the arms, it was APC. They said that they will form a parallel government against them. They attack. And now, in a country without opposition, you cannot work. In any country that is practicing democracy without opposition, democracy cannot work. You need opposition. And what do opposition do to government? It brings you to your feet. It reminds you of things, because you, as human being, you can enter into tyrant, but opposition reminds you, curtail you, checkmate you. But this present administration of government, Tinubu and the APC, they don't want to be reminded. They don't want to be curtailed. They don't want to be checked. All what they want is that they will sit in their bed and say, I want this, and they will have it. And so unfortunately that a lot of Nigerians don't understand this. Some of those people, they are paying 20 naira online to be attacking people. They don't understand what's the danger of one-party system to them, their life. Ababe has now come out to attack Obi. Say, go and fix Labour Party before you come to talk. How will you fix Labour Party when it's APC that is funding all the people in all the Nigerian parties, APC, PDP, Labour Party, it's even SDP. APC are the one funding them to put crisis there so that the opposition will not have power, will not have strength. So Abadia is Abadia as a Senate president in Nigeria is a shameful thing. It's a shameful gift to us. But unfortunately, a lot of people will not say it. But I'm saying it here. Abadia as a Senate president in Nigeria, 10th Assembly, is a shameful thing. It's a big mistake that Nigerians made. But I cannot say it's a big mistake because Nigerians did not choose him. His master chose him because he knows he's a criminal. He will do all his biddings. And that's exactly what we are having here today.
That's what we're having here today. Strong words, BD. Viewers, what we're talking about is the Senate President of Nigerian Senate President Akpabio telling Peter to be cautioned against inciting crisis in the country, because Peter Obi made a speech. He was in a program, an event where he spoke and he said some of the things he said were true anyway. You know, he was lamenting the condition of the country. And he said, we're not even in a democratic country. These were his words. Now, the Senate president says he should be cautioned so that he doesn't incite confusion in the country. Let's go further with the leadership. We also saw something interesting in Anambra State, where BD, you're talking of Tinubu there. Tinubu was conferred with the title called DK Simba. DK Simba. That's I think that means hero from another land. Hero from another land. So Tinubu was crowned with that title in Anambra State yesterday. Raji, those are your in-laws too. What was it that we're saying? What's your president doing in Anambra State? Raji.
Can we also call Tinubu Simba, because it's a DK Simba? So we have a Simba now. Thank God.
Saraji.
I just got that the whole thing.
We live in very interesting times in Nigeria, honestly.
So they gave him. So the Anambra people probably saw that he fits into that title. He's been getting all the titles in Nigeria. He has all of it, and you even the Southwest. He's carrying all the big titles, Raji. So
no, not in the Southwest. It's not carrying. We may be naming local government headquarters after him, or markets after him.
When somebody is called Ashiwaju. The
Ashiwaju of which people? He got that Ashiwaju from one local place. No, he's not Ashiwaju of Yoruba land. He cannot call himself Ashiwaju of Yoruba land.
Number one title in the land, though, the first man, the front man, the pioneer.
He cannot call himself Ashiwaju of Yoruba land. The Yoruba did not give it to him.
That's what he is, Raji.
No. Yoruba did not give him Ashiwaju.
Why are you saying that? No, so you're not being fair to our president. How can you say that? Ashiwaju, the only Ashiwaju in Nigeria.
The Yoruba people, the Yoruba people know who their leader is. It is definitely not Bola Tinubu.
No, you know why Raji is arguing. You know, Raji is partly Ghanaian and partly Yoruba, so he doesn't know when the man.
I am Yoruba. I am fully Yoruba. My parents are Yoruba. My forefathers are Yoruba. I have no foreign blood in me. I can trace myself.
Why don't you do? Okay, go ahead, BJ. Go ahead. BJ, go ahead.
See, Ashwaji trip in Anambra is a good word. See, what I'm seeing there, I'm seeing two accomplishments in Anambra. Ashwaju has visited Anambra as the president of Nigeria. Of course, he's a DK Simba. That means a strong man that came from foreign land, and that's what he is. If you look at that man, he was able to conquer in Nigeria. He's a DK. I'm telling you, For a man to acquire presidency position without being in authority, my dear, those are the kind of things Nigerians celebrate. Nigerians, you say, he's a strong man, or I want to be like him. And how will you be like him? By defrauding people, by stealing mandates, by stealing things. So he's actually a DK symbol. Yes, he did it. He achieved. So I showed you in Anambra, he was well welcome. The funfair was fun. It was nice. They were fine. And some people were cashing out too. I wish I was there to cash out with them too. So like I said, I saw two things. He went there on his own. The APC on their own are passing message to the people in the Southeast. I said it the other time. The thing is this, Governor Sowoldo is trying to broker an agreement with Governor Tinubu. And that agreement is this. APC has positioned to take Anambra. And he found out the kind of APC we have in Nigeria now. They are not asking you for your vote. Any state they want to take, they will take. If they don't take it through rigging an election, they take it through suspending you. Do you understand? You see what is happening in other states now. So what Soludo is doing now is trying to broker a relationship with Asuaju. Don't take Anambra, but I will do anything you want for you. Do you understand? Now, the APC in Anambra, the APC that have gone to this and received this award of DK Simba, they are not listening to that thing Asuaju is saying. All what they want is that they have come, they have solidified ideas and their plans of taking Anambra come November 2025. So this, I just said, is what everyone should watch out. It's either Soludo agrees on Asuaju's modalities, that will keep him, retain him as still the governor of Anambra State. If he doesn't agree, APC will take Anambra. I'm not having water in my mouth, but that's just what I saw played out in this visiting that Asuaju did in Anambra State.
Well, broken. Now do us the favor and follow up what's happening, because Anambra gubernatorial election comes soon. We know it's a APG, ABGA stronghold state. So seeing this alliance, this relationship with APC is interesting. PD, we'll be waiting on you to give us update on that. To wrap it up, let's just do a small update because we have our viewers here. The PDD case is still going on. Now, what they are doing is selecting jury. Group of people will be selected that will be in the panel to look into his case. So they are screening that jury. They are screening everybody there because the jury must not be biased. The jury must not have any relationship with PDD or anybody at all, any of the victims. So it has to be thoroughly screened. Then the case will proceed. So by next week, Monday, we will begin to know the fate of the entertainment mogul called PDD. So, gentlemen, I think this is it for this week. Is there anything we're leaving out, BD? Is there anything you want to tell us?
The thing we are leaving out is this. Your Senate president, he has a petition IGP to strike out Senator Natasha's case. Not even petition her to delete the apology letter. Abakuba asked Natasha to apologize to him. The lawyer Abakuba's son, the son, asked Natasha to apologize to Ababia. And Natasha, being a lawyer and the humble Nigerian,
obedient,
actually attended the apology letter. And they're asking her to delete it now. I don't know why she should delete it now. She should not write the apology.
But isn't not the apology letter the one that has some sarcastic comments? Is it that one?
Yes. Yes.
Is it the one? We saw that.
We don't know. No, that one. We know that she has apologized. So what again?
Interesting. All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much. So on Monday we'll be here. Monday between the lines. But until then, Raji, thank you. Raji, is there anything you want to add? You want to tell the viewers?
Wishing our viewers a very, very happy weekend. They can go and the Catholics among them can celebrate. They can drink wine now until after the celebration.
Because I know Raji is going to have some red wine. Raji, don't worry. I owe you one of the best red wine from Italy. Red wine for
Our
you.
viewers should send us wine. Let's drink. Our viewers
Nice.
should send us wine. Let's drink on
Okay,
the
okay.
phone.
We're having wine
Have a
soon.
nice
Don't
weekend.
worry. Very good wine. You know, the one that really comes fermented with the grapes. All right, gentlemen, viewers, thank you. We've been on with SSM Friday International Update. Till we come again on Monday. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye.
In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.